Hey everyone, welcome back to Instrumentation Lectures. In this video, we will see questions based on what we have studied till now. So let's start our lecture. The first question is, the following measurements are obtained on a single phase load. V equal to 220 volt plus or minus 1%, I is equal to 5 ampere plus or minus 1%, and wattage is equal to 555 watt plus or minus 2%. If the power factor is calculated using these measurements, the worst case error in the calculated power factor in percentage is. So that is the question. You can see that this question was asked in GATE 2017 paper for 1 mark. Now the theory for this question is already given in lecture number 11. So please check that out if you encounter any doubts. Okay, so we know that power factor cos phi is equal to power by voltage into current. We have to find the percentage error in power factor cos phi, and we learned that when it comes to multiplication or division, the total relative error in the final result is the sum of the relative errors in the multipliers. Therefore, we can write percentage delta cos phi by cos phi is equal to percentage delta W by W plus percentage delta V by V plus percentage delta I by I. In this question, the errors are already given as relative errors. Therefore, we can directly use them in our calculations. So, we have percentage delta W by W as 2% plus percentage delta V by V as 1% plus percentage delta I by I as 1%. Therefore, total percentage relative error in cos phi is equal to 2 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 4%. So that is the answer for this question, 4%. Now the next question is, a capacitive voltage divider is used to measure the bus voltage V bus in a high voltage 50 Hz AC system as shown in the figure. The measurement capacitors C1 and C2 have tolerances of plus or minus 10% on their normal capacitance values, and C1 is equal to 1 microfarad and C2 is equal to 9 microfarad. If the bus voltage V bus is 100 kV RMS, the maximum RMS output voltage V out in kV considering the tolerance is. So that is the question, and you can see that this question appeared in GATE 2015 electrical paper for 1 mark. Okay, if Z1 is the impedance due to C1 and Z2 is the impedance due to C2, then V out is given by V out is equal to Z2 by Z1 plus Z2 into V bus, which is 1 by j omega C2 by 1 by j omega C1 plus 1 by j omega C2 into V bus, which is C1 by C1 plus C2 into V bus, and we know that the value of C1 is 1 microfarad, therefore 1 microfarad by C1 plus C2, which is 1 microfarad plus 9 microfarad into V bus is given as 100 kV RMS, therefore 100 kV RMS, which is 10 kV RMS. Now we need to find the uncertainty in the result. Since this expression has multiplication and division, the total relative error in V out is given by percentage delta V out by V out is equal to percentage delta C1 by C1 plus percentage delta C1 plus C2 by C1 plus C2 plus percentage delta VBus by VBus. Now we know that percentage delta C1 by C1 is 10%. So we have 10% plus, now we need to find what is percentage delta C1 plus C2 by C1 plus C2. For that, first we need to find what is delta C1 plus C2, that is the uncertainty in the result of sum of capacitances C1 and C2. We need to remember that when addition or subtraction is involved, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute errors in the individual quantities. And here the errors are given as relative errors. So first we need to convert them into absolute form. Therefore, C1 is equal to 1 microfarad plus or minus 10%, which is 1 microfarad plus or minus 10 by 100 into 1 microfarad, which is 1 microfarad plus or minus 0.1 microfarad. And similarly we have C2, which is 9 microfarad plus or minus 10%, which is 9 microfarad plus or minus 0.9 microfarad. So the uncertainties in C1 and C2 is given by 0.1 microfarad and 0.9 microfarad respectively. Therefore, the uncertainty in the sum C1 plus C2 is given by delta C1 plus C2, which is equal to plus or minus 0.1 microfarad plus 0.9 microfarad, which is equal to plus or minus 1 microfarad. Therefore, percentage relative error is given by percentage delta C1 plus C2 by C1 plus C2, which is equal to plus or minus 1 microfarad by C1 plus C2, which is 1 microfarad plus 9 microfarad, which is 10 microfarad into 100, which is equal to plus or minus 10%. So we can substitute this value in here and we get plus 10% plus, since no uncertainty is mentioned for VBus, this is 0. So 0% and the total is 20%. Therefore, we get V out is equal to 10 kV plus or minus 20%. And this is RMS value. And if we wish to write the error in absolute form, we can write it as 10 kV plus or minus 20 by 100 into 10 kV, which is equal to 10 plus or minus 2 kV. Therefore, the maximum RMS output voltage V out is maximum V out is equal to 10 plus 2, which is equal to 12 kV, and minimum V out is 10 minus 2, which is equal to 8 kV. So our answer is 12 kV for this question. Okay, so this is the proper way of finding answer, and follow this method when you have time. But when you are short of time, we can use an approximate method to find the answer. As you can see in this equation, the only variables are C1 and C2. So to make V out maximum, we have to make the ratio C1 by C1 plus C2 maximum. For that, we have to take the maximum value of C1 and minimum value of C2. The maximum value of C1 is given by 1 microfarad plus 0.1 microfarad, which is C1 max, which is 1.1 microfarad. And the minimum value of C2 is given by C2 minimum, which is 9 microfarad minus 0.9 microfarad, which is 8.1 microfarad. So substituting these values, we have V out is equal to 1.1 by 1.1 plus 8.1 into VBus is 100 kV which is approximately equal to 11.95 kV. And you can see that this answer closely approximates our original answer. Now you should know when to use this approximate method. Usually in GATE, if they expect the exact answer, they would have mentioned it so. Like the answer should be correct to 2 decimal places and all. Otherwise, they only expect an approximate answer in a particular range. For instance, in the case of this particular question, the answer mentioned in the answer key was 11.75 to 12.25. That is, if your answer is between these two values, you will get the 1 mark. So, when you have time, it is better to follow the proper method because we don't know how the answer key is made. But when you don't have time, maybe it's worth to take the chance and follow this approximate method. Okay. Now moving on to next question. A 4.5 digit digital multimeter has the error specification as 0.2% of reading plus 10 counts. If a DC voltage of 100 volt is read on its 200 volt scale, the maximum error that can be expected in the reading is. So this was a question asked in GATE 2011 for 2 marks. To answer this question, first you need to understand what this 4.5 digit means. 4.5 digit means the display of the multimeter has 5 digits. For representative purposes, I have represented each digit by using X. Now, these last 4 digits can vary from 0 to 9. That is, they are full digits. However, this first digit can only display 0 or 1. That is, it is a half digit. Therefore, you have 4 full digit and 1 half digit, which gives us with 4.5 digit. Okay. Now, the minimum value this display can display is obviously 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. The maximum value, however, is 199999 because the first digit can only vary between 0 and 1. In the question, it says that the full scale reading is 200 volt. So we have a decimal point here. Therefore, the display of this meter reads from 000.00 to 199.99 and both of these are volts. So 1 count of meter corresponds to 0.01 volt. Okay. Therefore, the error of 10 counts is equal to error due to 10 counts is equal to plus or minus 0.1 volt. Now the error specification is 0.2% of reading plus 10 counts. Therefore, the maximum error that can be expected in the reading of 100 volt is error in the reading of 100 volt is plus or minus 0.2% of reading plus 10 counts, which is equal to plus or minus 0.2 by 100 into reading is 100 volt plus the error due to 10 counts, which is 0.1 volt, which is equal to plus or minus 0.3 volts. Now this is in absolute error format. However, the options in the question are in relative error format. So we need to convert this into relative error. Therefore, percentage relative error is given by plus or minus 0.3 volts by reading, which is 100 volts into 100, which is equal to plus or minus 0.3%. So the answer is plus or minus 0.3%. Now the final question is an assertion reasoning type. The assertion is precision is a necessary prerequisite of accuracy, and the reason is precision guarantees accuracy. And you all know the options, right? We have already discussed about this in detail in lecture number 6. So if you have any doubts, please check that out. Now, accuracy indicates how close the measured value is with the actual value, and precision indicates how close all the outputs of the instrument are for the same input. On the basis of significance of these two terms, we can conclude that precision has nothing to do with accuracy, but to attain good accuracy, an instrument must have greater degree of closeness in all the results for the same inputs. That is, precision is mandatory to have greater accuracy. So we can say precision is a necessary prerequisite of accuracy, but precision does not guarantee accuracy. So option A is the correct answer. That is, assertion is true but reason is false. That's all for this lecture. If you found the video useful, please like the video and also support us by subscribing to the channel. Also, if you have any doubts, feel free to ask them in the comments so that either me or some other viewer can help you. In the next video, we will see about statistical analysis of data. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.